basically I consume myself with prayer. That's basically what I do. I'm a man consumed with prayer, supplication to God. There's a lot of people consumed with prayer. People consume themselves with prayer in different ways. Some people repeat over and over and over and over again the same thing. If you're a Catholic, it's called the Rosary. If you're a Buddhist, it's called meditation or chanting, or Krishna, chanting, meditation. How I pray, much less self-generated prayer. Well, I don't generate my prayers. God knows what I need. I mean, I know what I ask God for things, but I generally know that I have to serve God. And some things I do upset some normal Christians, or average Christians, maybe I should say. Average Christians are not very open-minded to other people, I've found. And so I've been told you can't pick and choose what you believe in. Some people will tell you can't read the Quran if you're Christian. Or unless you're a Mormon, you can't read the Book of Mormon, which Mormons are Christian. Or people who read the Quran who are Muslim or Islamic will say you can't read the Bible. However, and there are other books of God that I know of, but these three books here, I also like to read the Bible in Spanish, but it hurts my noggin. My brain hurts when I read this. And then additionally, if I notice something special, then I take notes. See, I've started a notebook for my prayers. Notas de orar, it means notes of prayer, or prayer notes. In addition, sometimes I will actually write in my Bible or Quran or whatever. And in general, not totally, but in general, I find my strength through God and through prayer, not through these earthly means. Because I've almost died, and seen light many, many times in my life. And one of the hardest things or most difficult things to deal with, mostly since I was hit in the head with weapons, like my skull got broke, and my jaw and my teeth got broke, and then I got stomped. To the point I was unconscious and had to go to the hospital in an ambulance. That's when I lost my teeth, had my jaw broken, my skull broken, and both wrists, and then broken up in here to the point that this does not. That's all you get. It doesn't even, but thank God I'm sort of okay. I guess one of the most difficult things I deal with, and that I have to figure out through therapy or not figure out, as the case may be, who knows, is I was raped when I was incarcerated, and I just can't remember if it was while I was incarcerated in the jail here in Washington, D.C., or which time when I was in the jail here in Washington, D.C., or if it was in the Fairfax Adult Detention Center, or which time it was in the Fairfax Adult Detention Center. So, when they talk about running a bum rush on a man, and that's what they did to me. So when you're raped in a jail, it's because the jail set you up for it, the guards. In DC, they're federal marshals. In Fairfax, they're deputies. So which time and which jail? I guess that's why they say people are, one of the problems of being mentally ill, traumatic brain injury, PTSD, and why people say people say negative things about police. Thing is, I think it's a United States of America problem. And it's kind of like a virus. They've spread it to other places. You know, false justice. So like, anyways, I'm just here at this homeless shelter where I'm lucky enough to have my own unit. The last shelter I was at, I didn't have my own unit. I had roommates that came and went many times, and I don't mean rape, I don't mean came and went, I mean they were admitted and then excused, exited from the program multiple times. Like, they melted a lot of my groceries twice, intimidated and threatened my life multiple times, multiple different roommates, to the point that I was moved over here. The strange thing is in my recall, in my cloudy memory, I remember two of the guards from Blackout Security being involved in the rape. You know? It's the old man and then the young man covered in tattoos it's kind of skinny. They're still in Blackout Security at the other shelter. And the thing is Fairfax Adult Detention Center is not that far from here. You can drive out there real quick. And the DC jail I was held at is like right over there. So I'm thinking those two guys were there when I was raped, which means they're friends of the system. And then they also work at the fucking homeless shelters, which is terrible. And the old man, he's threatened me before, shown me his fucking violent weapons. His rape weapons, like they're metal weapons, they're scary. I drew pictures of them. In fact, I think I told the old staff over at the other place that something like that happened, but I couldn't really delineate or say what it was. I told the community response team as well, the CRT team that visited me over there before they took me to the psych ward for like 3 or 4 days. UMC psych ward. I don't remember if it was federal marshals or Fairfax deputies, along with them two guys. And the strange thing is Deacon Anderson was showing up at the Fairfax Adult Detention Center pretending to be a trustee. Deacon Anderson's a lawyer here in D.C. and also a member of Shiloh Baptist Church. And I saw him at Fairfax Adult Detention Center regularly, pretending to be a fucking trustee in a red jumpsuit. Sorry, I'm working on my profanity. Minister Bowen from Shiloh Baptist Church, who works in the White House now and used to work in the mayor's office, for some reason I remember him being there when I was raped. That's Minister Thomas Bowen, but I don't really remember exactly. But I know Deacon Keith Anderson used to come out to Fairfax Adult Detention Center and pretend to be a trustee. I do remember you, Deacon Anderson, being a trustee. I don't think you were there when I was raped, but maybe you were. You might be that weird and screwed up. Bowen is vocally homosexual, so he may have been on the rape team. What can you do? Nothing. I can't do anything. I'm powerless. And then, to top it all off, I had my services cut off when I was going to preventive measures and having therapy because my Medicaid was cut off somehow. So now, even though I have Social Security disability, and I've had it for about a year now, technically, even though it's backdated some, but you have Social Security disability when you have Social Security disability, you have medical insurance. It doesn't get cut off. My disability was never cut off. Anyways, I'm gonna get my prayers in, do my reading for the morning. Then I have to do my dental care. I seem to have some rotting teeth. I'm still trying to address it. I'm thankful today, at least I have my own unit here. I have my TV set up. I put my blankets already down. That's where I sleep, on the carpet. They gave me a vinyl rubber mattress with a metal cot to sleep on or whatever. Ain't having that, so I disassembled the metal cot and put the rubber mattress vertical. And anyway, I am thankful to be indoors rather than living outside. And I've been outside. I was outside for a few years. Then I was in the other homeless shelter, which they called transitional housing. Yet for some reason, I was just still in the shelter after 15 months. And then they moved me to this shelter here. And I've been here. I moved in on April 14th and 15th. So I've been here almost a month and a half now. And I'm thankful to God for this place. And the same security company runs security here as the old place, Blackout Security. I guess that's what they want you to do, is just black out and forget the powers that be when they do evil to you. But I don't want anyone to forget, and I don't want to forget. I want to remember my life so that I can move forward in a positive way. Anyways, that's me and part of what my problems are. And I've got way more problems than that.